Suppose global warming, man-made global warming, is a mistake, that it's not real. The effects would be an economic hardship on the United States, for example. Assuming that you're an American, you may not want gasoline prices to double and triple. You may not want the price of electricity to double or triple. You may be aware that global warming is promoted by people on the left. And you may think, well, it might be a political question rather than a scientific question. I believe that it is a political question. I believe it's motivated by politics. And I believe that the science, although uncertain, does not definitely support the notion of man-made global warming. And I'm going to show you two little bits of evidence that's easily understood. The first one is ice core charts give us an idea of temperatures in the recent past, in the past 500 years. Al Gore used the Vostok chart, and he drew your attention to the recent 400,000 years. He drew your attention away from the most recent 400 years. He could have shown you the data points plotted on a chart which gave you an approximate idea of what temperatures were 100 years ago and 200 years ago. I suspect that he did not do this because, number one, his chart had an insufficient number of data points, causing it to lack resolution. It is not a high resolution graph. There are too few data points. But what few data points he had indicated that today's temperature is not unusually warm. There are other ice cores that provide higher resolution, more data points over the past 100 years and 200 years, 300 years, and so on, giving you an idea, a general feel for what the temperatures likely were 300, 200, 150 years ago, so that you can determine, is our temperature hotter than normal? One chart in particular, the Law-Dome, L-A-W-D-O-M-E, ice cores from Antarctica, a place where the snow falls 10 times more in volume, giving you a higher resolution ice core record, indicates clearly that today's temperature is not unusually hot. This is not the hottest decade on record. Today's temperature is not unusual. It is not hot. That's point number one. Point number two, how sensitive is the climate to human-caused CO2 emissions? First of all, there's not very much CO2 in the atmosphere. A small increase in CO2, which is a trace gas, is possibly of no effect. Predictions of catastrophic climate change are based on climate model predictions, climate models. So far, these models have proven to be inaccurate. So far, over the past 15 years, temperatures have not increased as predicted by the models, as you can see on this chart. So my 2 points are, again, our temperature is not unusually hot, and it does appear, probably, that the models have exaggerated climate sensitivity. We're not getting the heat predicted, at least not so far.